President Lula faces calls for impeachment after pay de meia program scandal. The Tribunal de Contas de União, TCU, has unveiled shocking irregularities in the pay de meia program, accusing the government of mismanagement. The spotlight now burns on President Lula, as opposition voices grow louder, calling for his impeachment over alleged fiscal misconduct. This revelation involves the suspension of a staggering 6 billion Brazilian reais in program funds due to inadequate budget planning. Critics argue these actions violate Brazil's fiscal responsibility law and bring into question Lula's leadership and accountability. The Pay de Meia program was designed to support social welfare initiatives aimed at aiding vulnerable populations. It sparked hope among communities facing economic hardship. But the mismanagement undermines its objectives, leaving critics questioning the program's execution. The TCU's findings shattered public trust, alleging negligence in financial oversight. For millions depending on the program, this failure feels like a betrayal, shifting the narrative from hope to systemic dysfunction within the government's financial planning. Opposition leaders are now accusing President Lula of committing a crime of responsibility. Senator Damares Alves and Deputy Nicolás Ferreira lead the charge, comparing the scandal to past impeachments, including Dilma Rousseff's. They're driving momentum, rallying protests, and demanding oversight. This growing conservative wave blames Lula for failing to uphold accountability. They allege the pay de meia setbacks are merely part of broader issues of flawed governance, signaling a larger political battle brewing in Brasilia. The echoes of Dilma Rousseff's impeachment ring loud once more. Her removal, also tied to fiscal violations, resonates with current accusations. For her critics, the pay de meia findings draw a clear line from past political misconduct to Lula's present situation. Experts debate whether these parallels are justified. However, the precedent set in Rousseff's case gives Lula's opponents a potent weapon, aiming to turn public frustration into action against the current administration. The scandal is fueling nationwide dissent. Conservative groups and activists are harnessing outrage and organizing protests. Their demands? Justice for pay de meia mismanagement and accountability from President Lula's administration. This grassroots mobilization has spread across cities, uniting different social sectors. Despite challenges, opposition voices are determined to amplify calls for action, hoping to pressure the government into accountability or even impeachment proceedings. Brazil's fiscal responsibility law sets strict rules for financial planning and accountability. Critics claim the Pay de Meia program's flaws run afoul of these principles, potentially elevating the situation to a legal crisis for Lula's administration. Legal checks and balances now dictate the next steps. A constitutional requirement for proving crimes of responsibility looms large. The outcome hinges on whether Lula can overcome these mounting accusations or if they form enough grounds for legislative action. In defense, Lula's administration claims the TCU findings are exaggerated and politically motivated. Allies argue that opposition leaders are weaponizing the Pay de Meia controversy for partisan gain, diverting attention from the program's broader social impact. The ruling coalition has doubled down, insisting on the president's integrity and promising reforms to address lapses. Their message aims to stabilize a shaken base and counter the opposition's growing influence. Media outlets have seized on the drama, amplifying divisions within Brazil's political landscape. From investigative exposés to opinionated headlines, coverage has played a significant role in framing public sentiment, both for and against the administration. Social media platforms are ablaze, spreading information, and often disinformation, to millions. This digital battlefield reflects the wider polarization, as citizens debate the scandal's merit and its ramifications for Brazil's governance. The stakes for President Lula could not be higher. Losing public confidence amid scandal threatens his agenda and political longevity. Even if impeachment isn't pursued, this controversy is likely to haunt his presidency, casting doubts on his ability to deliver on promises. Political analysts predict prolonged instability. For supporters, reclaiming trust will require more than just rhetoric. It demands tangible action to restore credibility and accountability in governance. Brazil faces crucial decisions in the coming weeks. Investigations will determine if the allegations warrant further legal proceedings. Meanwhile, Lula must navigate mounting challenges to unify his administration and address systemic flaws in the Pay de Meia program. Will the government deliver reforms and accountability, or will opposition pressure force political upheaval? The fate of President Lula, and Brazil's political landscape, hangs in the balance. The Pay de Meia scandal highlights the importance of watchdogs, accountability, and informed citizens. Stay aware and engaged. Whether you join protests, discuss these issues, or demand transparency, your participation can shape Brazil's path forward. Subscribe for updates. Your voice is a catalyst for change.